Well, hello everybody and welcome back to NDM Elite. Today we're going to be looking at the Real Housewives of Orange County Reunion Part 1. Okay, so I've literally just finished watching it, and we'll get straight into the drama. So initially we have Vicky versus Shannon and the whole sort of talking about Brooks and everything that went on last year and how Vicky started off on the outs with everybody, then made up with everybody, and then back on the outskirts of the group. And I've never really been one to like Vicky, and this is being perfectly honest. I'm being honest here, like through any season, not just the past two seasons. But she seems to be the type of person, maybe not this reunion, but definitely in a couple of reunions I've seen, perhaps she's sort of, I'll do all the drama in the season and we make up at the reunion, but that doesn't really work when she's done the things that she's done, and I don't know, she tries to just forget about it, and it just doesn't work like that, quite frankly. What annoyed me was, my show and all that. Listen, you might have been the first one on and you're still there for 11 years, but it's not your show, because if it was your show, it would not be called The Real Housewives of Orange County. You would have your spin-off by now, Vicky, if it was your show. So maybe she's just a little bit cranky about that. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'll ever agree with Vicky on many things. I am with Shannon on this. I do like Shannon. And I'm not going to say much more about it. I just still can't believe she's talking about Brooks. And it's been a year. Let's move on. Okay, so Tamra versus Kelly about the whole Christian and that sushi night, Japanese night, whatever sort of food they ate that night in the restaurant, where Kelly called Tamra a dumb F and called Shannon the C word. I don't really, I think it was just bad of Andy to ask Kelly, of all people, do you think Tamra's a good Christian? And, obviously, Kelly is going to say no. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Kelly is going to say no, and it's just not really Kelly's place, and I don't think that question should have been asked in the first place. And as Tamara said, nobody's perfect, regardless of their religion. So that is really it. I do think that Kelly is just... When Kelly is good, she's really good. But if not, then it's all downhill. That's my personal opinion. Moving on to Megan's pregnancy, I think it was a lovely thing to focus on, and it was a nice sort of nice neutralizer. Do you know what I mean? From those two topics, it kind of just brought everyone back down and kind of a bit more calm. And it was a bit sad, to see the fact that Megan did lose one of the children. And it was nice to see sort of all the women kind of empathising and not bickering for once. I cannot wait. Actually, I don't know if this is true, but I did see one or two places that Megan won't be coming back as a housewife. Because I was just going to say, I can't wait to see her child next season, but I don't know if she is coming back. Let me actually look it up. Will she return? According to a new tweet, Megan King Edmonds is now revealing that she hasn't actually made a decision about returning. Okay, so she may or may not. Moving on to Kelly and her marriage. Absolutely, I thought, wow, when she did make some comments about her husband. Not really the best thing at all to do, let's be honest. And I mean, yes, you might say one thing here or there. I think it's dangerous enough to complain about your partner to friends or family, because that just gets them in a bad sort of position from everyone else's view. But when you're doing it on television, it's a complete different story. And I think where she went was low. And I think it was good of her to admit that it was wrong and that she did apologise. And she was honest about it. She said it's therapeutic watching your marriage back and watching yourself back, because you learn what you need to change and what you're actually like. Because I think all of us don't realise what we're actually like until we take a step back and look. And sometimes you literally need to take a step back and re-watch yourself. And that's how you can learn. And I do think that as I said in yesterday's Real Housewives of Atlanta review, these sort of reality TV shows will make or break your marriage. And I honestly thought at the start of the season, right, this isn't going to last. Their marriage isn't going to last. But I'm happy that they've gotten through it. It is, do you know what I mean? I am happy. So, it's therapeutic, she said. Okay, now we move on to the main thing, Shannon's 70s party. Basically, the whole question, is it a setup or not? I'm kind of where Megan stands on this, where she says, it does look like it was a setup, absolutely, but what was the setup? What was the actual thing? That is where I'm at. It does look like there was a setup, but what was the actual setup? And as Heather said, what would she gain out of it? Because what they were saying, I mean, right, Kelly said drama. Good point. But I still, from her point of view, but I'm kind of with Megan where it does look like there was a setup, but what was the setup actually? What was coming out of it? Because I cannot tell. David versus Vicky, again, I'm with Megan on this. Maybe it's just being young, as she said, millennials, and I'm after millennials, post-millennials. But she said, regardless of if it was a man or a woman, that should be no excuse, and you shouldn't be spoken to anybody like that. And I'm very much so with Megan on this. I don't care if Vicky is a man or a woman. She shouldn't have done that to David. And I think as soon as you instigate with somebody, no matter what their gender is, the other don't expect to get a pass, okay? It's just, don't expect to get a pass. That is my whole point of it. I don't care if you're a man or a woman or whatever you are. If you are going to start something, I'm not going to give you a pass just because of your gender. And that's where I'm standing with Megan on that. Kelly versus Shannon is, you know what? As I said, Kelly, when she's good, she's good. If not, no. I think Kelly is just, I honestly don't know. I'm trying to articulate it, and this is one thing I like to do anytime I have conflict. I like to articulate it very well and find a specific word to describe it. And I just cannot with Kelly. It's kind of like she just is a bit juvenile in the sense where she's stubborn about it all and she's not going to say sorry, and she's just going to be mean about it. And I understand her position where, oh, I'm the new girl in the group and they're all coming after me. But at the same time, it's more like she came in there going after them than vice versa. So she kind of asked for it. And really, when she started saying they're all ganging up on me, I mean, no, listen, you opened the door for them to come after you as soon as you started calling people the C word and a dumb F and multiple other things and saying no wonder you cheated on your wife. I mean, those sort of comments are just below the belt. So you have no hope then, okay? So don't complain about them getting angry with you. That's my whole perspective. Kelly's low blow and her no regret, I just cannot believe that she says she has no regrets of how she treated the girls or what she said about, or her comment about no wonder you cheated on your wife. I mean, that's absolutely horrific, no matter what. And I don't think anybody should not be remorseful about that. And it's just shocking, quite frankly, that these are the sort of people that are going on television. I mean, there's two types of drama with the Housewives, and it's either fair drama where you can get some entertainment out of it and it's still real, or there's low the belt drama that is just uncomfortable to watch, and Kelly fits under the latter of those two. She causes the uncomfortable drama that is uncomfortable to watch as a viewer. That's true, and I've mentioned that on my blog as well, ndmelite.wordpress.com. When all that drama did happen at the start of the season, I physically felt sick after watching it. And there's those two types of drama, and the second one isn't the best. And then talking about maybe perhaps the affair that Kelly had, was it appropriate to bring it up? I don't know. I've heard this, I don't know if it's true, but that Shannon is very much so one to, she likes causing drama for the show, because obviously they get paid for it and that's their job, but she's definitely an instigator behind the scenes, or she likes to over-dramatize things. I know, I've heard that before, and it's very easy to believe that, so perhaps that's all she was doing. Was it appropriate? I don't really know. Maybe, yes, no. So that is my whole take on the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion part 1. Let me know what you thought. Let me know about your opinion of the new girl Kelly. What about the whole the 70s party and Vicky versus David? Definitely comment. I want to hear what you have to say about that, as well as the low blow, the no regrets. And do you think, the question of all questions, was it a setup or was it not? Let me know below. If you are watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta, be sure to check out my last review, which was the premiere, and I will see you again very soon.